Welcome to the Nightly Nuge.
Welcome to another edition of the Nightly Nuge, and as it's Friday, we like to call it the Friday Free-for-All. Does that ring a bell to you, Ted?
Well, never before have I turned on you. You look too good to me. Your beady eyes, they could cut me in two. I just can't let you be. It's a free-for-all, I heard it said, and you can bet your life the stakes are high, and so am I. It's in the air tonight. What a great song. It makes me want to dance.
That's awesome. You know, we've been getting quite a few emails into the Nightly Nuge, and one of them I thought was kind of interesting. Music question for you tonight, Ted. One of your favorite tours, I know it's impossible for you to ever say this is my best, but this viewer wants to know one of your favorite tours, one for the music and two for the energy that you felt across the country when you were out that year.
You know, Keith, you're right. It's like asking me what my favorite child is, or my favorite hunting dog, or my favorite position with Mrs. Nugent. I mean, political position, of course. My point being is that every tour is an absolute firestorm. But I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of people might not believe this because I actually counted them. I've done 6,766 concerts. Now, some of those were jam sessions. I got on stage with ZZ Top one night, got on stage with the great Tim Montana here recently. I consider those a rock out. So 6,766. But my tour, I did 68 concerts in 2019 with Greg Smith on bass guitar and Jason Hartless on drums. These guys are animals. These guys are so gifted, so tuned into the pulse of my music, the pulse of what James Brown and Wilson Pickett and the mighty Motown Funk Brothers and Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley taught us, that in 2019, my guitar tone, the drum sound, the thunder of Greg's bass, the tightness of every song when we played Dog Eat Dog or Stranglehold or Cat Scratch Fever or Motor City Madhouse or Great White Buffalo or Free for All or Paralyzed or the songs off Come and Take It, the song off The Music Made Me Do It, and Still Raising Hell, the song Crave from Crave Man, Hibernation. These songs, they have a life of their own, but because the band is so martial arts tuned in to the pulse of the songs, and the sounds of our instruments are so big and nasty and juicy and slathered in barbecue juice, it was the best tour of my life. And even though all these elements are attributable to every tour going back to the Lourdes in 1960 and the Amboy Dukes throughout the 60s and the damn Yankees in the early 90s, every gig is a firestorm. But something about over the years to get the guitar tone, I got the old Fender Twins, I got the custom amp, the Birdlands, and just the way we tweak the sound. And Frank, my sound man, it is such a bombardment of tonality and dynamics that even though every gig is the most important gig, every tour is the most important tour, every song is the most important song, what we pulled off in 2019 and we're ready to do in 2020 and couldn't wait to do in 2021. 2019, the most fun, draining, musically gratifying, and emotionally satisfying tour of my life because of the audience fervor, Greg and Jason's mastery of the heartbeat of my songs. I literally, Keith, every song is out of body. I mean, I'm gone. I'm immersed in the spirit of the song, the pulse of the music. So I know that's a long answer, which I'm really good at. 2019, best tour of my life.
Now, looking at tednugent.com, not for a plug or any other reason than if you're fans, go to tednugent.com. It looks like there's some touring plans for 2022.
Well, you know, if the government will get the hell out of my way, my guys are pretty horny at this point. We can't wait to unleash the beast. We just recorded a killer record called Ted Nugent Detroit Muscle. Monster fun, outrageous, grinding, grooving, rock and roll rhythm and blues. I mean, we're so proud of Detroit Muscle. That'll be out in the spring. And yes, we can't wait to get on the road. All those dates that were postponed from 2020 and 2021 are now back on, including some more dates. So yeah, we are cocked, locked, and ready to rock the Glock around the clock, Dr. Spock.
Well, there you have it. You're up to speed again tonight, and come back again tomorrow. We'll have a weekend edition of the Nightly Nuge. Thanks, Ted. Have a great evening, bud.
Thank you, Keith. God bless America. God bless rock and roll.